You know that inner voice that's always trying to whisper in your ears that you cannot do it, that other people are doing it much better than you. Look at the others, they're so successful. Who do you think you are? You're not enough, no matter how hard you try. You're lying on yourself, on the others. You got my point. And you know that this same voice is one of the major reasons why we will never reach our full potential and develop success. I'm making this video specifically for all the people out there who are struggling with this. And I know this topic so well because I was there too. I suffered from the same thing. I read a lot and asked so many mentors, and finally I can share with you the top methods that really work. The first time that something really changed is when I treated self-doubt as a different entity. I started treating self-doubt as an external character. It's not something inside of me, it's someone. I gave it a name, a character, and I externalized self-doubt. And why this helps? Because this creates a separation from my emotions and this other character. I start seeing things objectively rather than identifying with them. Another trick that works is when I describe my situation in the third person, as if I'm narrating someone else's life. So this let me think about the situation in an objective way, objectively, because many times this person, who's me or you, has all the capabilities and the capacity to tackle this problem. So when I think about this situation in the third person and I think about this person as someone else, then I say, yeah, why not? You're good enough, you can do it. And this subsequently will give me this self-confidence. The third amazing trick is time travel technique. I imagine myself 10 years in the future. And what advice would I give myself, my present self, if I could talk with myself from the future, and specifically about this current situation that I'm in? Obviously, my future self is gonna tell me that, hey, listen, this is not big of a deal. Your problem is not that big. You can simply tackle it, you're gonna overcome it, and many other obstacles are gonna come along the way. So this is just a small battle you're gonna win. Don't worry about it, you can do it. So what's happening here is that I'm minimizing a bit my problem, so I will not see it aggravated. The fourth trick is I allocate something called doubt budget. Since most of the people that are watching this video, including myself, share some anxious or anxiety traits, because these are the people that are self-conscious or have self-doubt. So if there's no way I could cancel this inner doubt, then I say, okay, I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna allocate, let's say, daily 10 minutes of these sessions of self-doubt. And during that time, I write down every thought that comes to my mind specifically about this topic. And whenever the time is up, I simply close this notebook and continue my day. I used to do that technique, but not every day, specifically when I have this high burden of these thoughts. And this is extremely helpful because it sets boundaries. It doesn't let the self-doubt take my entire day. Number 5 on my list is I embrace micro wins from the past. We all have some victories. Some might be small victories and others may be a bit much more important. But all victories are important for your brain and specifically for your memory. And this is essential for your self-confidence and to dampen the sound of self-doubt. But the problem is that we tend to forget these victories. This is why it's important for you to sit down and think of all these small wins you had and enjoy them. Feel good about these victories and remind yourself that you did well in the past. Feel good about yourself. And no, don't do like I used to do and say this was only due to luck. And number 6, what I used to do if there's no point of this self-doubt voice, it's so strong, I used to channel it to create something creative. Let's say I'm very anxious about a certain exam, I have a test, and I'm feeling very down about it. I don't have the self-confidence. I'm very angry probably about it. Then I used to do something creative. I used to play music or even try to write something or sometimes even film videos. Why this helps? Because many times during these specific periods, we create something nice. And when you take a look at what you've created, you will feel good about yourself. Number 7, sometimes I used to set ridiculously low standards. For a day in a week, for example, I used to break the cycle of perfectionism. I know this might sound counterintuitive for someone who's self-conscious because you want to perform more, you want to perform better, you want to improve. How are you gonna take a break and stop this perfectionism? But this reduces all the pressure and the stress. And once you're well rested for a day, this will create momentum so you can tackle everything again in a sharper way. An amazing secret I used to do is body language. I use body language to my own advantage. I use it to trigger confidence. Examples of what I used to do, don't laugh at me. I used to laugh very loudly, sometimes alone in my room. It doesn't matter. Or I take the superhero pose. I believe that these actions might trigger something in the brain, giving me this boost. Anyway, they're not harmful, they are not time-consuming or energy-consuming. I take a laugh and I feel good about it. Number 9, there's something called fake it till you make it. So I take the opposite persona. Instead of doubting every step I make, I take the persona of someone who's very confident, who's extremely confident about everything, overconfident. Even if it feels unnatural, I used to do it. Yeah, trust me, it works. This one is one of the best. Fake it till you make it. Even while studying, or, sometimes we make these questions, we practice. I used to answer with confidence. Yeah, definitely this is the answer. Even if I got it wrong, then there's something I should learn from it. You got the point, right? Extreme confidence. Don't worry, no one's gonna know. They're gonna know. And finally, number 10, I don't remember where I read about something called the mental firewall. This mental firewall automatically blocks every self-doubt thoughts before they develop. I don't know if you read The Little Prince, but the idea here is to take out the roots of a thought. You don't wait for the thought to grow for you to then cut it. You cut the roots. You don't give it a chance to entangle your brain and to hijack your brain function. So you disrupt negative thinking spiral before they escalate. And talking about The Little Prince, there's a lot you can learn from this tiny book. If you like my insights about it, you can check this video.